So this is the Deadmines, and I'm a Tauren Druid level 25, and I'm going to try to solo all the way up to Mr. Smite. I've done it before, all by myself, with no external buffs or anything. So I'm going to show everybody the way I've been doing it. The goal of this run, obviously, is to kill Smite to get the best in-slot mace, which is, I think, only second to the raid weapon in Black Fathom Depths right now. So what's cool about being a druid is you can go invisible, right? So I'm going to walk by all of the trash that we have to kill. And for most bosses, it's going to be most of the trash. You know, clearly, like, these aren't going to do much to you. There are some elite pats that walk around, but it's nice to just not have to fight them. Whenever you die here, you get spawned in the middle of Westfall, like right here, and it's not really an enjoyable walk back. Obviously, if you come here with a group, you'll go by pretty quickly and do all the bosses, but it's not, you know, easy to find a group necessarily, or one that doesn't have contested loot for the hammer, because you may have a paladin or a warrior trying to get it as well. They have other options, obviously, but so do you technically. Like, I'm using this just to farm, but when I DPS, I like to use this 9 strength mace. So I'm gonna regrowth here and drink for some mage water, and I have all my buffs up, and I'm gonna go fight this guy. You wanna pull him right when he's at his max range, because that means the ads won't come. And you can just bring him back to this wall over here, or you can tank him exactly where he is. It doesn't really matter too much. The biggest thing with this guy is he has a crap ton of health, so making sure you have Omen and Thorns up is the best thing you can do. He doesn't do an insane amount of damage, but he will whittle you down over time. So, you know, Demo Shao, all those other things, keeping him up is very important. Oh, I should really be using Maul more to waste some rage. Or not waste it, but to use it. I'm gonna War Stomp Regrowth because I'm a Tauren, so I can. I also brought some pots, some health pots and some lesser mana pots. You can use mana potions, but on my server at least they cost a bit, so I wasn't looking to invest. They cost like 2 gold each, which, you know, I think is a decent amount to pay, and not really what I'm looking for. But yeah, he doesn't really have any mechanics. I think he just beats you down. Okay, he does slam sometimes. On his opener, I think, I don't know if it's necessarily a guaranteed slam, but it might be a guaranteed slam. I'm not getting many clear cast procs, which kind of sucks. But the more you get, the more mauls you can use. Because usually you'll have 20 rage by the time Mangle comes back up, but not always. So I'm gonna mangle and then shift and heal. You know, this double hot thing is really strong. It just keeps you going. Keep the demo roar up, because the main thing is just not dying. You know, which obviously is always the goal, but your damage isn't going to be very high no matter what you try to do. So boom, there it is. Got his hammer and a green axe. So it's something. So now I'm still in combat. Okay, there we go. I don't know why you're still in combat after this fight for a while, but you are. It might be that these guys look at you. I don't know. I'm pretty sure rogues can just pull the lever through the door with a couple bosses here, but since we can't vanish, I don't think you can do that. I haven't really tried, because I do not like the run back here, but you might just be able to pull the lever and prowl, but it would obviously take you out of cat form, but you can insta prowl, so, you know, that doesn't really matter. I'm just speaking. But if you can not aggro the boss and just open the door, that would be pretty cool. So over here, this boss, I really don't like. So I'm gonna pull some of the mobs. There are a couple paths, nothing crazy. But the main thing is these goblins, I believe, run away. Just don't fight two at once. It's unnecessary damage. Just kind of take them out. Fight your way over here to the left. Because you don't have to clear the whole room. There could be a chest right here, like behind this piece of log. So you might want the chest, but you don't really need it, right? Just make sure Savage roars up and kind of mow him down. But yeah, they always open up with this axe toss. Oh my goodness. Come on, man. I hate these guys. I really do. You just take a lot of damage. I'm gonna just... I don't know. With where Druid is right now in the combos, I just use Savage Rourks. The only other thing I have is Rip, which doesn't feel amazing. Like here, a Rip would be nice. Hopefully I don't just die. I'm just gonna use a health pot. I shouldn't have, but I have 20 of them. You know, so might as well. Obviously, I just wasted like a crap ton of mana reshifting, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, you don't have to clear the whole room. I don't even know how many of these you have to clear. You might just be able to prowl up here and kill them. But I'm clearing over here because there's a reset spot. From right where this goblin is, you can jump up onto this. And you can run up this pole to reset the boss. So, I just think it's nice to have as an option. Because again, if you die, it's a long run back. It's not fun. You have to prowl through the mobs you just went past on the first boss. There's obviously no teleporting. So having some sort of reset spot is nice. For some reason, this boss is insanely hard. I think it's because he has a giant armor set, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like Sunfire was doing anything that great. So I'm not sure what to really say about how you're supposed to kill this boss. Other than there's a high chance that you can just die, but that could be because I suck. There could just be something I'm not doing. Like obviously I'm fighting these mobs, I'm not keeping Savage Roar, who cares? But yeah. A cool thing about this boss is the Shredder and the Goblin. Okay, that scared me. Like, I've been here before, he just kept walking. The Shredder and the Goblin are separate bosses. So, if you actually find a way to nuke the Shredder and die, then you can come back and kill the Goblin that comes off later. I believe one of the two is a quest. I think the robot is a quest. I'm gonna rebuff just because it could be a long fight. I believe the robot is a quest, and then the goblin is a boss. I think that's how that works. Not 100% sure. But yeah, you can fight them anywhere. I don't remember, but up here might be a reset spot as well. If you get up on this pole. But yeah, just doing the normal kind of regrowth into drink, into bear. But yeah, like I said, this boss can be quite a nuisance. And by quite a nuisance, I mean, for some reason, it's really hard. Yeah, the first mango missing, and the second mango missing, come on. It's really bad because I'm actually not, I'm not a druid expert, right, as we've gone over many times. I would think that that works with Omen, so you get extra attacks. That might not be true, but it says with druids melee attacks. And I think Mango, you know, maybe that counts as an extra melee attack. Maybe. I'm using the wrong ability. But maybe that's okay. I don't know how much that costs. Oh, only 200 mana. Okay, wow. That's actually insanely valued. Huh. Nice. I got a clear cast for the next Mangle. Very nice. And then I'll maul. Because I have extra... Whenever you get a clear cast, you essentially get an extra... maul. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word. Because you're going to be using like 20 rage on cooldown regardless. Okay, so I'm not really sure why, but this boss is going much better this time. I really should have used a healing touch there as well, I think. But it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Because I feel like I have a lot of mana now. I don't use, you know, weak auras or anything that show me how much mana I have. Okay, I got a Buzzard Blade. I might die to Sneed. I may. Let me throw a Demo Roar on him. Because, yeah, like, this hot is about to go out, and he's doing way too much damage. But like I said, yeah, it's just GG. So I'm going to die to Sneed, and that's totally fine. Like I said, the boss, though. Sneed will stay like this. For whatever reason, and you know, maybe it makes sense to you, or maybe it doesn't. The robot is a totally separate thing from the boss. The robot just exists as something to spawn the boss, and it doesn't go backwards. So, I don't really know. You know, for example, it would be, okay, well then where does the boss reset to? Well, I have no idea. It probably gets full health because it's out of combat, and every NPC out of combat, you know, gains 30% health every second, or whatever insane ratio it is. But, yeah, I expected this death to happen, so I'm not really surprised. I killed him with a lot more mana than I'm used to, so that's cool. So a little bit of an improvement there, even. That's one of the two bosses that you have to suicide for. Or I think you have to, you know. Again, I'm not the greatest player. But he's two bosses. And I think the next boss, the next goblin, is also... It's two mobs. And that is just a lot. And I'll show you how I handle him. It's the furnace room boss. So I'll show you what I do with him. So you're gonna run this way to the left and go forward. This is a good, I guess, walk for anybody that doesn't know Deadmines or has never run Deadmines before. Just to see, you know, like what's going on. So yeah, like you would turn left there to go to the zombie area, and you turn right to go to the instance. I would assume you've done Deadmines before if you're watching this video, but you never know. There's always people that just never play Alliance. And obviously level 25 cap is a whole new thing. So yeah, I'm gonna put my buffs on. Just under cat cap for mana. Gonna go cat. And like I said before, it's a little bit, you know, boring when you die. Because that run back was a decent length. It's not the longest thing in the game, but you know, you have to walk across half a zone plus getting to the instance, which, you know, takes quite a while. But now you also have to walk through the instance. Because this is a stealth run, you know, so rogues can definitely kill Van Clef, but druids, I don't know. I couldn't find a video of anybody else doing this. So I don't know. I saw there was a video of a 27 or 28 druid going through this place, but I don't remember how far they got. And obviously that was a billion years ago, where maybe people don't play as well as they do today, and you know, who knows what expansion that was. I didn't really watch it too in depth. But yeah. I don't really have much to go off of. So I had one run where I cleared and I killed Mr. Smite. And I went to go kill Cookie too, because that should be fairly simple. And I accidentally pulled a second mob, so I just ran out of the instance. And I was like, you know what, I'm done here. But like I said before, we've made it to the goblin area. You can unstealth as long as, you know, the path's not behind you. And yeah, so just standing here for some reason, he's at full health, is Sneed. So you just do the second half of the fight now, which, you know, it's nice, right? I like that a lot. It makes it easier on me. But I throw in a regrowth, and then I'll go bear and I'll start hitting them. I still don't know if there's merit to starting out in calf form and doing a little bit damage and then getting Savage Roar up. I don't know how that equates to how much damage you've taken and how fast you have to heal immediately after. Nice. Early quick clear cast procs are really nice. But yeah, you can see he's not too hard himself. I'll have to heal myself. But, you know, it's going pretty well. I pressed the wrong button. Shit, I'm dead. Okay, that was my bad. Yeah. I just really messed up. I pressed Healing Touch again, which is bad. I don't know why I keep pressing 7 instead of 6. But regrowth is kind of guaranteed because it takes 2 seconds and the War Stomp is 2 seconds. And Healing Touch is 3 seconds, so it doesn't work. So pressing the wrong button is, you know, obviously not good. Like I said, I'm not great at the class. And I guess that shows a little bit. I pressed the wrong button again. So yeah, I get to do the run back. And it doesn't really feel that bad. You know, it's not, again, it's not like the worst run back ever. The new BFD run back is a total of 5 seconds, so compared to that, it's pretty substantial, but it's okay. There's worse things. If the robot respawns now, that would be terrible. The last time I came through here, I didn't die on Sneed, so I don't know what happens. But hopefully the robot does not respawn. That would be a bit of a yikes. These people are looking for a healer for the Deadmines. Little do they know I'm in there by myself. Straight gaming. I wonder if I should edit this out or not. This death right here. Like, the first death is gonna happen. For me. But this death to the goblin because I pressed the wrong button. That feels kind of bad. And that's like, it's my fault. It wouldn't be a repeatable mistake by other people. And I think it would just take up a lot of the video's time. So I want to say that I should just leave it out. Or I'll do like a 10 times speed. Or I'll just cut. Well, I don't like cutting. I don't like cutting video footage because it feels like something got faked or thrown in there somewhere in the middle where you change something. So maybe I'll just speed it up. It'll kind of be a dead part of the video though. Nobody's gonna want to watch it, right? Unless it's for the lulz. But yeah, the only thing I really don't like about dying here, other than, you know, a waste of my life, basically, is at some point, if you die a billion times, your gear could break. And mine didn't when I did it, but if you die too many times, your gear could break. So I don't have a lot of stamina on my gear, which I think is bad. I'm geared more towards just pure DPS than I was before. You know, not as much stamina. I don't have as much spirit or intellect from random greens. But it's cool he's still there. So keep that in mind. A pure DPS build isn't really going to do too much to him. But it's still, you should have, I think for this one, different than Wailing Caverns and SFK, Shadowfang Keep. I don't know why, sometimes I say the whole thing and sometimes I abbreviate. But I think this one is really big on having good items. Or you're just going to die and you can't outlast the fight. So back at it again with the white vans. Okay, I'm like, I don't know why I'm not attacking or something. Disarmed doesn't affect me, right? I'm a druid. Let's see if I get any of these clear cast procs again early. I was getting a lot. His attack speed is kind of crazy. But yeah, this fight, I'm getting my ass whooped. It is not looking good. Oh, that's not guaranteed because I pressed 6 late. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of dying here, honestly. He is killing me. Come on. Nuke him! He's gotta die here. I don't think I can shift again. He should die here. Okay, good. I mean, there's a chance, right? It's classic WoW. Wow, I got Taxmaster's Ask again. 2 runs in a row. That thing is really good. So that's pretty cool. I just realized something, actually. I just realized a strat to not dying to Sneevil, or to Sneed, would be resetting. So you should actually kill the robot and then reset Sneed. That sounds like a real strat. So keep that in mind. Hopefully you didn't only watch the first part of the fight and then come back, or not come back. But if you just kill the robot and reset Sneed up here, you heal, get mana back. That sounds great. I have to do that next time for sure. So I'm just gonna heal, go a little Prowlington. There is a rare, I don't remember, I think it's after the boiling pot. I think there's a rare that you could do as well, but I don't really care about the rare too much. It's fun in a real run to see the rare, but on the solo mission, I got things to do. So here there's gonna be some pats that walk to the door. Obviously just open the door when they're not next to you. I don't even know if the aggro range is big enough for them to see you. But she's just going to turn around. So that's cool. So this room is very sketch. And I'll explain why. I found that there is a reset spot on each side. If you jump on this cog wheel, I think it's called, or whatever the turning wheel is, it will reset someone, I think, maybe if they're not in direct melee range currently. I did it to a mob once, and then as he was resetting, it said leaving combat. He ran through, so to reset, he ran to me. So, right, I was on this cog, and the mob was here, and it reset this way, and then it started hitting me. So it put me back in combat. It was very odd. But this room, there's a lot of paths. Some go up and down, or just kind of like here and back. And some will walk this way, in these kind of directions towards the middle. So if you're trying to clear the room, just know that. I'll show you what I'm going to clear, which is first this Craftsman, which has a pretty interesting move. I believe it's melee only. But because you're a druid, you can actually remove the debuff, which I'll show you, because it reduces movement speed. So I'm gonna pool my energy here, by the way, because these guys do run, and that's bad. You want to pool your energy so you can double mangle them. But yeah, like see, some of these guys will move back and forth. The engineers will spawn little robot guys, which are just the most annoying things in the world. They have guns. You can interrupt this. So if you're doing this as bear form, you can bash it, but he'll instantly just recast it again. Also, one thing to consider, I guess, is that they will recreate the golems if you kill the golem first. It takes a long time, I believe, usually, for them to do that. But they will do it. But yeah, I should really be conscientious to keep up Savage Roar. It's kind of my only DPS tool right now. You can't rip these guys because they're mechanicals. But yeah, the engineers plus the golems are annoying. I haven't tested if you can just jump on the boss and do the fight. I've been pulling mobs around it, kind of like an SFK. Even where I knew there's a guaranteed strat you can use, I'm going to be playing it safe. But yeah, you'll see the robots coming out. And they're all going to do the exact same. Each type of goblin has one mechanic. It's nothing too crazy. I'm going to double mangle this guy to kill him because I had a clear cast. And I guess I probably had enough energy to do that anyway. But I didn't really look around for any sort of evade spot. I just jumped on the cog once and it worked. I think it was really like this thing on the other side. It's these slightly higher than the red cog kind of things that I got on. Again, not 100% sure. I wasn't trying to do it, and it happened, and it was cool. But yeah, so this is the boss where I think you kind of have to die. Maybe you don't, but this boss will come with an extra mob. And I wasn't able to kill the extra mob and the boss. Maybe that's because I suck. I don't know. There's probably... It might be a yes, but I'll show you. Again, you don't have to clear all these mobs, I don't think, but I just did it because I'm a pleb. This engineer, there's a guy right next to him that would pull with him. So like, I feel like this guy would pull with the boss as well. I know you can clear all the way around and do everything separate, but I don't know what happens if you pull the boss, right? Here's a pat here that could mess some things up. So I'm going to wait for that pat to go away. Right? I think a pat went here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, come on. He's got a... Wait, no, Craftsman? No, that's bad. Yeah. You know... Yeah, Craftsman is good. So, Craftsman... Boom, we're going in. I'm just going to nuke this guy. It looks like the ad did not pull, so that's nice. Oh, I messed up. So you don't have to shift that. Oh my goodness. This is not a good demonstration. The boss also puts this on you, which you can't... I'm just gonna die. You know, screw it. I'm just gonna die. I'll show you what I did the first time. So you die, and then you kill Gilded. The boss will put a debuff on you that also has a slow with it, but for whatever reason you can't shift out of that. The range for that is super short though, so he'll cast it, and if you just kind of walk away, which I'll show, then he'll, you know, stop the cast because it's not in melee range, and then he'll run up to you and hit you. So in a way it sucks because he's getting more attacks off on you than you are on him, because whenever you move away from the mob and they, you know, charge up their swing and you don't do the same for whatever reason, then it just doesn't work. You just end up taking more damage, but you don't want the dot. I don't know if the dot scale, if it stacks. I don't know, but yeah. So this is the death that I was talking about, that I expect to just exist. Killing the goblin isn't that hard, but having to mess with 2 goblins charging 2 different fire spells, one that you can shift off and one you can't, it just seems like too much damage. The boss's dot does, it says it does 30 damage per second. I don't know. Let's see what it actually is. Or no, it's 30 damage every 3 seconds. So it's hitting me for 34. I guess because I have 0 fire resistance. The molten ore will do 8 damage every second. So you're taking 24 and 34, or I guess 11. So you're taking about 20 DPS from 2 fire dots if you don't shift. And that's just too much extra because they're also beating on you, right? And these mobs are green, but they can still hurt very much. So it's not surprising to get a couple criticals in a row and you just get chunked. But again, as I said, and hopefully that will be the last time, but we have to run back. So keep this as part of your calculations for whether you want to do this run or not. Who are you going to bring to this run? You know, obviously if you have 2 feral druids doing this, it should be pretty simple. So the speed that you would clear with 2 druids or a druid and a rogue, if a rogue needs anything here, would be so much faster, right? So bring 3 druids or 4 druids or 2 druids and a rogue, whatever you're trying to get here. Somebody posted a solo strat for rogue, actually killing Van Clef. I think I said that before, but that's pretty crazy. He abused mechanics with the boat and running around it and, you know, evasion at one point. I don't know, it's probably not 100% guaranteed success, but if you do that plus some, you know, invis cats, I'm sure you do all these runs much faster. So keep that in mind. You don't have to do it solo. I'm doing it solo because I want to test it out and see, or I wanted to test it out and see if I could do it. I know I can do it because I got Smite's Reaver last time. Again, just to show you, my gear isn't amazing. It has the Wailing Caverns pants, which I farmed solo. It has Silverlane's Family Seal, which I farmed solo. It does have this from the raid, so that is 5 more spirit that, no, maybe you wouldn't have. The Crescent Staff, Wailing Caverns quest, green, you know, I crafted this for myself. Even though I think just having, you know, a strength stamina thing would be better for this. This is from a raid, but it's not providing insane stats. And, you know, Feline Mantle from Shadowfang Keep, which I did not do solo. So my gear isn't insanely strong. I'm not sitting with raid gear other than, you know, the mushroom, which is, you know, the mushroom is unironically one of my favorite items. I just think it's cool. The mind expanding mushroom, it's borderline useless. You know, it helps me get mana back faster when I'm not shifting, sure, but I just think it's nice. You know, druids don't get a relic normally until level 60 when they go to Blackrock Depths, right? And then you can also get, you know, some raid relics, but it's nice to have something in this slot earlier in the game. You feel like you're a little bit more on equal with everybody else. And I assume Paladins got Librams, stuff like that. Okay, but now I'm back to the boss. And last time, that other ad did not pull, so that's cool. But I am going to want to kill this guy here. And maybe I'll kill a couple more guys, we'll see. Because I want to move the boss. Oh, shit. He might be able to shoot through this wall. Yeah, he can. No? Maybe he can. I don't know. Because it'll just be safer, right? Imagine dying again in a video you're trying to make about showing people you can solo something, when I've already died twice on the Shredder. You know, that's not the greatest thing. So, you know, just like when you're doing, you know, when you're playing hardcore or whatever, it's nice to just take a second and clear out the stuff so you can't die. Here, I'm not going to die to this mob because it's gray, which is super cool. You can see I just keep dodging. It sucks when you don't dodge because they attack really fast. And if you try to heal, it's going to keep knocking you back. Canvas pants, dope. Let's see. I'm going to kill this craftsman too. Because I don't, nah. I think I'll just stop it here. And then I'll pull the boss. So I'm going to get mana up. And my health up, obviously. If one mob pulls, though, I just die. That's the problem. And I'm a little worried about that, but... I should be good in this cubby area, right? Oh, the pat. Last time I did this room, I just cleared everything down below. You can do it all in solo pulls, every single thing. Because even though these two guys are right here, this engineer will walk back up and down. It seems like the craftsmen are on the side, and the engineers are in the middle for the most part. So, just in case you were wondering, some lore. So yeah, and also for this boss, I'm just going to start bare. I'm not going to do some cat shenanigans. So yeah, Molten Metal, you just walk away, and he won't cast it. Because if I had to guess, it's melee range just like the other thing is. The craftsmen's have a similar move. The worst part about this room, honestly, is the audio. Because the thing in the middle of the room makes a ton of noise. And right now it's only in your right ear. And now it's in your left ear. That's the abusive part. Nice, clear cast. So yeah, you want to stay on the inside of them, and then just walk back and forth. And you'll notice I'm not even healing, which is kind of nice. Don't have to shift out, and I just kind of kill him slowly. So there probably is a way to kill him and his ad at the same time, but you know, I just suck. So smelting pants. Last run I got this axe plus the lavish gem, and that was kind of crazy because those are some good drops. But I think after killing him, I think the door's open. Yep, automatically. So that is, I think, 3 bosses down, right? The ogre, the robo, and now this boss. So we're in the part now where we have to blast open the door, where I can actually skip some mechanics here, but just to play it safe, because again, I just want to go along with the video, I am going to clear out some of this area. There's 2 pats here that are elite. They're both wizard, or no, 1 wizard, 1 taskmaster. Maybe it's, I want to say I had 2 wizards before, so it might be random what you get. So they'll walk here and then walk away. Yep, so there you go. So I'm going to clear the miners out. These guys run away, so obviously it's super annoying. If you've ever done the beginning of Deadmines, you know that they just keep running around and pulling a ton of things. Oh, wow, miner mana pot. And since I don't have a rogue or a blacksmith key on me, I assume blacksmithing works. I have to pick up the Defieth Gunpowder, right? I didn't actually look where the wizard was. Oh, is that him right there? Again, these elites aren't hard, but I'm kind of, you know, yeah, I'm a crybaby, so I don't want to pull both. Dude, But yeah, right, these are just normal mobs. Wow, it's running already? Or did I path it somehow? I was just standing. I don't know, that was very odd. The cool thing about Savage Roar is it stays even if you get out of form. In case you didn't know. Okay, what is going on? How did I pull the whole room here? Again, these mobs, you know, they're just normals, so they're not going to hurt a lot. And I could have pulled 4 at a time before, but I'm just trying to play it chill. Some cloth, I'll get out, pick up these items. Okay. So the big thing about this is it will spawn a guy when you pick this up. But if you go cat form, you won't get put into combat. Right? Oh my goodness. I did it again. I did this last run too. Your bags can't be full. That is not allowed. So yeah. You just do this and you go cat form. Hello? Oh, it was still on cooldown from the last time. So yeah, now I have this. And I'm gonna go kill this one strip miner. I don't know if he is a problem. He might not be at all. But just for the lulz, I'm gonna kill him. Okay, so you can do the same thing with this door right here. So you're gonna blow it up, and boom. The mobs will come running in like they always do. Apparently they just stand here, which is kind of weird. They stand right there. That's their, you know, pathing destination. And yeah, they will then come back here, and this will be their zone. Okay, we get it, dude. One of the things I learned about this boardwalk here, and hopefully these guys don't mess with this strat that I'm doing, but you can actually solo pull everything here. From running Deadmines in the past on Alliance side, I thought that these are all like combined aggros. I'm skipping these mobs, which obviously I shouldn't do, but all of these mobs are separately leashed together. Okay, that doesn't make sense. That phrase, you did not hear. They're separate together. But like, I figured when you come here, it pulls all 4. You know, something like that. That is apparently not the case. Also, I like to kill the bird first, or the parrot first. The parrot will do about 10 damage. And if you kill it, it's actually a substantial amount of damage taken away from this rest of the fight. Because, you know, the parrot does 10, this guy does 50. So there's a big difference in the damage number, but you can kill the parrot so fast. You want to pull energy on these guys. You know, rage doesn't exist. I mean, for bear, I guess, if you're doing bear here. But yeah, the squall shapers, they'll, you know, cast shit on you. So you want to watch out. Make sure your health doesn't just drop low. They'll also Nova, which you'll be resisting a lot of this because they're green mobs. So naturally, you just resist a lot. But don't take anything for granted. Like there, I got a Wind Fury proc, so it kind of helped me out a lot. I'm gonna double hot here, just in case somehow the other guy pulls. I don't know if the parrot drops an item or not, or if it's from the guy, but just remember as you're clearing these mobs, you really want to loot them because you can get the parrot pet, and that's kind of cool. Oh, I don't have strikes up. I also don't have thorns or omen up, and that's a big deal, right? With how long these fights are, you get a lot of thorn damage, you get a lot of omen procs. It's very important. And it also makes everything go faster, right? There's no mystery there. I have some food. So I had a mage make me some water and food. I started clearing this place, and you know, last run, and I was like, I really need to pre-hot and get mana. Some of these bosses are a lot harder if you can't pre-hot. This might be a double pull here, so I probably shouldn't have gone cat. This looks like a double pull. Yeah, apparently it is. So that sucks, but it should be okay, hopefully. I don't know, I might die here.
I don't have enough energy. Not enough energy.
Oh my goodness, it works. Okay, so this is a respot right here, and she could just fire blast me, but hopefully she doesn't. I'm building spirit. Oh no. Okay, I know a different. Oh my goodness. I know a different. There's another reset spot. Or there is a reset spot. That part was a pathing abuse spot. That's a damn shame. So there's a spot, there's like an extra ledge with a torch on it. If you stand on it, it's a reset spot. But yeah. Okay, so when I'm dying as a cat, if you double pull, you should just go bear. The fights take, you know, maybe 3 times as long, but you're not gonna die because you have so much armor. In melee range, they attack with their staves instead of casting a lot. You can demo roar them so that they do even less. And you shouldn't go into fights without full mana. You know, everybody knows this drill by now. This is kind of not the greatest showing, but it is a showing, at least. Think about it. Nobody else, you know, other people, you know, they don't have videos, you know, showing that they're soloing the Deadmines, okay? I got something here. It may not be the greatest quality product, but I am, you know, I'm doing it live. Wait, where am I going? I think at this point I'm going to upload the entire thing as a single video. I don't think I'm going to edit it just because it's that bad. I think people need to see how bad it is. But again, I'm going to wait for 1 mana tick. I think that's the difference between being able to cat or not. That might not be true. I don't know why. Sometimes I come in with more or less mana. I know it's not like a Death Knight where you come back and you have the same amount of runic power randomly. I think Warrior you always go to 0 rage. But there's something with my mana pool where it's different. I don't know why. But now I have to go through the entire instance all the way to the boat, just crawling along. It's kind of a scenic route. You get to relish in the fact that you've killed all these bosses and you're so cool and mighty. And, you know, maybe you got some other cool drops, who knows? You know, maybe for your resto set you wanted the lavish ring, even though I doubt it's good, but it has, you know, 6 int, 2 agility, so it's got some amount of intellect. That's nice. Maybe somebody, you know, is doing the first boss with you, and they could equip this axe, and they're like, yo, thanks for, you know, soloing this boss, even though if there's 2 of you, you should definitely be just running it down together. One thing I want to say, or maybe I'll leave that towards the end actually. After I kill Smite, I'll say something. I'm gonna write it down. I have a pen. I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget. It'll be part of, you know, a speech, let's say. Keep in mind, by the way, the time that it takes to do this entire dungeon. You can obviously cut out all the deaths, but do keep in mind this will take quite a long time per attempt. I've only done it once where, you know, surprisingly, I died more than this, if you can imagine that. Actually, maybe it's the same amount of times, but I think it was a couple more times. Yeah, because I think it was down to 9 out of 25, something like that. But maybe it's the same amount of deaths. Who knows? The first goblin death, that was crazy. I don't know how I died to just the goblin. Remember, there are these pats that walk around. I wouldn't be too worried about them. You can also loot engineering gear down here in these boxes, which I'm actually... Well, no, I'm not going to do it. If you look at the blue square, that guy is going to walk right onto that box, and I don't care. I don't think you get insane loot. I could be wrong. Maybe there's some super rare engineering schematic, but, you know, it is what it is. Also, if you're considering doing this for gold, I don't think it's going to be worth it. If you look at when I talked about my money in the beginning versus now, I don't think this is the farm that you're looking for. But okay, I'm almost back. And I got my 3 buffs up. Remember, having these 3 buffs is insanely important if you're going this talent build. So my talent build is still Omen, Furor, total PvE. Nothing in feral combat. I'm just raiding. Pull this guy back because we already saw if I pull 2 and I'm dumb, then I die. And I'd like that not to happen. So, almost made it back to where I was a couple hours ago. Mr. Smite, if you don't know the fight, let's say, he stands right here. But he actually has 2 invisible friends that sit right here. And when you pull them, you pull him down. You don't actually pull the guys next to him up here as well. They stay up there, or else the fight would be even harder. Yeah, maybe I should have healed. That fire blast, man. Kind of busted, honestly. Nice clear cast. Okay, but we're almost down, and there's one thing I have to remember, and one thing you should remember as well. Why did I just do that? Did I actually reduce the time on it? I don't know. I don't know if you can reduce the time, but I feel like I had a really long Savage Roar that I just ruined. I could be wrong. It's just normally when I think of fighting an enemy, I want to do, you know, 1 mangle, then roar instantly to get the maximum damage, but when you're chaining mobs and you're going in with a big one, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so like I said, the big thing here is he's going to come down. There's 2 invisible ads. Let me show you how I'm going to work around this. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Sunfire on my hand, because we're not going to be fighting him. If you try to fight him and 2 ads, I'm assuming that you just die. Just in case, I'm also going to fully rebuff, even though these buffs shouldn't really matter. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go bear form. And you'll notice that when I did it, before Mangle was here, but it says Sunfire 100 mana. That will shift you out of bear form. There's a macro that you can use. I'm not using macros, but there's a macro you can use that will always use the correct Sunfire in your form. It's in the Druid Discord if you want to find it. But if you go to the spell book and you go to, is it here? No. And you go to balance, here it is. You'll notice Moonfire 1 is gone because it's been replaced with Bear Sunfire, because you can use Sunfire in any form, and they did that. What you also want to do is go to Cat, and this is all just in case. And you want to go to Cat, and you want to go to Runes, and that one says 100 mana. Okay, so it's just that this is both the Bear and the Cat one. You want to pull that. You notice this used to be Mangle on 2, but now it's Claw because I lost Mangle. Mangle and Claw are also the same. So I'm going to put Sunfire here on all my forms. It's already there, just in case something crazy happens. I shouldn't need it. I'm going to be staying Cat intentionally the entire fight, except for literally the very beginning. And you'll see why. So the ads are right there. I thought I just heard something. But what I want to do is first get a little bit more mana. And then I'm going to hot myself and drink. And this is all just to get the fight going. Keep that in mind. I have to set up the fight for what's going to be best for me. So I'm going to pull the mobs. And boom, I started the fight. He's running down, as you see. And I am running away. All the way over here to this ledge. Because on this ledge, you can do this to the boss and the ads, and they will path abuse backwards. I don't know where the second invis mob is, but if you notice, like I said, I'm going to be using the cat form of this ability because it's kind of broken. It uses energy, which is an infinite supply. As long as the fight goes on forever, you have an infinite supply of energy. This is a giant thing in PvP actually right now, is that you can run around and max range spam Sunfire on people. It's a really funny Druid build. I forget what people were calling it. Not people, like one guy, and I thought it was funny. He called it Sunfire build, I think, which now that I'm thinking about it, doesn't really make sense. But this is it's an instant that does, you know, about 85 and a dot that does about 45. So the instant cast is pretty big, right? And if you're really being optimal about all of this, you want to use it, let it tick, and then use it again on a single target. I forgot he will.
Lovers are tougher than I thought. I'll have to improvise.
At, you know, like 66% and 33% or 55%, and there should be a second guard. I wonder why I don't see the second guard. Does he sometimes... Maybe I only aggroed one? I'm not sure. Oh, I heard it. There it is. So yeah, like I said, you want a tick and then boom, use it. But the priority would be making sure both of them have the dot on them. That's definitely the priority. You can let them run as long as you want. For example, like I keep going as long here, but at some point they'll go down into the water and then it'll actually drop combat. You'll get right back into combat, so it's not something to be too scared about, but I wouldn't want to, you know, have done this fight for a super long time and then somehow they just, you know, go back to full health. Again, this fight is super safe. You just abuse this pathing, and you might be able to use all these railings. I'm not sure. I just saw a video from a hunter using this one.
No, you're making me angry.
Well, I don't like that, but... I'll just kill this guy. Because the thing is, Sunfire is actually a decent move. Oh, canvas vest, nice. Like I'll just shift out and heal because I'm not worried. You can also technically, you know, power shift Sunfire if you really want to. People said that they tested and Savage Roar does not increase the damage, so don't get that idea. Some people said that Sunfire scales with attack power, but I'm not sure that that is really, you know, tested too well. Oh my goodness. Okay. Do not let him ever hit you. Apparently he stacks Thrash, and I almost just got one shot because he hit me 5 times instantly. If those were all crits, right, I'm dead. So, never let him hit you. And again, Smite's Reaver. Come on. All this work. Okay, so one thing I wanted to talk about was, you know, the runes. I was using all DPS runes, the whole thing except the end. I was using Sunfire, so keep that in mind. My spec is also Omen Fure, so it's not maybe what could be the greatest for this. But the biggest thing is I'm not using this world buff from PvP. I didn't unboon the Dark Moon Fair or the raid buff that you can get from beating the raid. You know, it drops it in Thunder Bluff for the Horde. Apparently Ironforge for Alliance. So I didn't use any of these. I didn't use any of these elixirs that I have in my bag that you've noticed. This is all stuff that you can do if you have really good gear. So, and again, I don't have raid gear other than this mushroom and this back that isn't really amazing. I mean, it's good. It's definitely good, but it's not like, oh my goodness, the stats are crazy. So keep that in mind. If you want to farm this, it took however long that was, and you know, it's kind of fun. You get a chance to get the parrot companions whenever you kill these guys, you know. I assume it drops from just the pirates, but I don't know. Or if you're looking to challenge yourself, I'm actually going to keep going forward. And I'm going to try to kill Cookie. Because I should be able to kill Cookie, I figure. He's, you know, right? Oh, wait. So, I want to remember, though, to take off Sunfire and put back Mangle. And now if you look, all my forms are busted. So I'm going to put the energy one back here. Go to Bear. Everything's just... I don't know why they did all this stuff. That's where the Bear Mangle is in the rune slot. So Bear Mangle's here. This becomes Mangle because I don't have Sunfire, and if you notice when I equipped Mangle, it just threw a ton of spells on my action bars. Like, why is this here now? It wasn't there before. You know, it's like it does weird things. But now my cat is back to normal. This is a fake chest right here, in case you didn't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go and kill Cookie if I can. It should be fairly easy. I'm not gonna try to kill the multi-boss, you know, the goblin multi-boss, or Van Clef, because I'm just not really feeling it. You would have to clear a lot to be able to do some sort of manipulations. I'll leave that to somebody else if they want to do it. But my goal was to kill Mr. Smite, and that's what I did. That's what I was showing in the video. I'm gonna go kill Cookie and see what he drops. He can drop the Tenderizer, which is actually a pretty interesting look. I think it's a mace, so I would be able to equip it and show you. And he also has the wand, which is going to be really good. I assume it's the best wand out of the raid. That would be my guess. But I'll throw away a bow. No, cloth. That's usually a male icon. So I'm not going to pre-hot Cookie. I'm just going to go in. Show him some hands. He does wait here, though, which is a little bit weird. Let me just do some of this. And some of this. The Trident... Oh, Acid Splash. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot of damage. I want to say he throws that as an AoE in the fight normally, but I'm not 100% sure. Cookie's cooking. Who let him cook? So I saw he got a little bit of health there. I'm gonna heal. Then go back in the bear. I'm gonna do that. Cookie's cooking again! That is like the smallest amount of health that he gets. It's kind of funny. I have Hoof Stomp again to heal if I need. And as I've mentioned before... Oh shit. Wait. That was kind of dumb. It's a shipbuilder. Wait, why is he so strong? No! No! He already had roar on him. Okay, I'm not gonna loot Cookie, but hopefully at least I can get out. You don't have cat sprint here yet, so it kind of sucks. Okay, I made it out. Okay, so I killed Cookie. Cookie can die. Even though he's cooking, he died. So yeah, that is as far as I'm gonna go in the Deadmines. Maybe somebody else can go farther, but I'm pretty happy about that. Considering I'm new to Druid. I mean, I played it back in original, you know, in TBC and Wrath originally, and you know, a couple weeks in the Cataclysms. But you know, I haven't played it since then. Again, gear, you know, it's a bunch of greens and some other stuff I farmed, and some, you know, just dungeon items there. I only have 7 runes, so I don't have everything. And I really want to know what he dropped. But you obviously can't go back into the instance if you've never seen it before. Aside from here, there's another step up, or like all the way up there, that you can't get up either. So you can never go through that side. Obviously, it's intentional. But yeah, that's going to be the video. Soloing Deadmines, most of the bosses. For Druid, at least, you just need to kill Mr. Smite. That's all you really need to get his hammer. Because, right, this has 9 strength, but his hammer has, like, I don't know, it could be like 12 and 8 agility. You know, it's just a lot of damage. It's good for cat and bear. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video.